Hey guys, let's talk anxiety. Anxiety is something that can be debilitating. It can ruin your present, it can take your future, it can really cause so much damage in your life. I really wanted to take a moment and talk about anxiety, and my research and what I have found has helped with me and what I have found has helped with clients. If you find yourself constantly ruminating, having a feeling of dread or panic, and you're obsessing over all the horrible things that could possibly happen to you, catastrophizing, you may want to stop and listen. There are several ways you can find yourself out of this place. Although I am not a professional, I have done a lot of self-help. I have also helped many others. I am a trained spiritual coach. Now I have finally got through that course, and I myself have been in a place where anxiety would ruin my life. There was a time where I couldn't sleep. I got in my head. I would ruminate and ruminate, always looking for the worst, expecting the worst. I was always waiting for the next ball to drop, and that's what I was getting back too. Your thoughts are always creating your reality. And if you are constantly anxious, fear is the lowest vibration of all. You can be the most kind, loving, gentle person, but fear will lower your vibration to a place where you are just bringing in nothing but more disasters and more fear into your life. Not to mention, what a nightmare to feel sick because you've been lost in your thoughts in that anxious loop all day. Both anxiety and the way to calm anxiety are informed by the way we understand the world. As humans, we learn super fast. So if we live through danger or uncertainty, our brain becomes attuned to danger and uncertainty. We develop something that is called attentional bias to threat, which means a bad situation has happened to us, so our brain watches out for a bad situation. It's actually quite necessary to survive. We're just out here all trying to survive. Being attuned to danger and threat is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. But just like anything, too much of even a good thing can become harmful. The more bad things that has happened to you, the more you will immediately sense danger in a stressful situation and become anxious. So if you're like me and had a lot of danger around you as a child, you may automatically now become very anxious in stressful situations. We can often feel like we are stuck in this loop of anxiety and we have a hard time finding our way out, don't we? We can get ourselves out of that loop, though. There's good news here. Anxiety breeds more anxiety, but calm breeds more calm. And it doesn't take much to begin to step out of the cycle. Nothing works for everyone. Everything works differently for everyone. Something that works for me may not work for you. But a good place to start is writing your anxiety a letter. Anxiety, I am listening. That's the title. Anxiety, I am listening. Take a few slow breaths and begin to write. Put things into perspective. Put it out on the paper. If you don't like to write, type it in your notes. Look at it on what are you really even anxious about? What is the worst case scenario? Why do you feel so much danger? Staying focused in the present moment, coming up with an affirmation to bring you out of a cycle will help stop your brain from automatically, it will take time, but with time and patience, you will be able to start retraining your brain. When you're trying to make decisions in an anxious state, it's not a great thing. Often we'll start spinning, we're making bad choices, just one after the next, this girl here, and it's not a good thing to do. So if you are starting to spin and you're in this anxious place and a decision does not have to be made right away, get very good at taking a step back and solving the problem when you're in a better place. Once your brain is in this place of survival, you will just completely all the time go into this pattern. But you can break it. You can show your brain that you're not under any distress, that things are okay, that you are safe. You can retrain your brain to not feel alerted so easily to stressful situations by coming to the present moment, not continuously spinning and coming up with every terrible outcome there is. Remind yourself that it's just your anxiety. It's not rational. It's all based in illusion. And most of all, remember that you are not alone. Anxiety can be debilitating, and it's important that you start somewhere. Life is so short and beautiful. Sitting around worrying about things that you cannot change, things that never have happened, when you look at it in that point of view, doesn't it sound crazy? Start journaling. Ask yourself a few questions to help bring yourself into balance when you're in that place of spinning. Can I change it? Can I fix it? If the answers are no, how did I learn from it? How can I become better from it? What is the positive in this situation? What are the best case scenarios here? By only allowing your brain to think about things you can change or solving the problem, you will automatically start retraining that anxious loop. It takes time and it takes effort. If you are falling back into bad patterns where maybe you have once broken, you may really want to sit down, do a breathing exercise, and journal out all the worst case scenarios, everything that could possibly happen. Put it into perspective, look at it, and remind yourself most of these things you're making up. If you're dealing with depression and anxiety, or you're having thoughts of wanting to harm yourself, we have included some hotlines in the description of this video. Reach out for help. If you have tried everything you can on your own, you may need to talk to somebody, and that's okay too, because once again, putting those anxious thoughts into perspective is how you retrain your brain to not be alerted to start being anxious and scared in a stressful situation. So sitting down and writing out all the worst case scenarios, and think, once you see it, some of the things that your brain's making up may be absurd if you sit and actually look at it. I know for me, I would just lay in bed, my mind cycling, oh my God, how am I going to pay this bill? What if this happens? What if that happens? And I got nowhere. Are you even solving the problem? Most of the time, the answer is a big no. So putting it into perspective, giving anxiety a name down on the paper is a great place to start. If you need any help, please reach out. You are all in my prayers. If you're dealing with debilitating anxiety, I am praying for you. I am sending you love and light.